So, this is it. Yeah, I think the first non-German talk about. The first in English. The first talk about that is going to be English. Spoken in English words. So my English speaking people can understand, can feel, can transmit and transmute. I want to talk about emotions, emotional flow and tension that builds up in so many ways. Let's talk about repression. Let's talk about what it can do to yourself. So, many of you people in the whole wild world many of you people in the whole wide world have been experiencing repression. Have been experiencing what it feels to hold everything back within ourselves. Most of us, almost all of us, grow up where they have to at least suppress one thing, and that is part of our truth. That might be a part of your truth that you had to suppress, that wasn't allowed to be there, to be a part of you. This video is about healing. It is about transmutation and about getting in touch with your truth. Because you haven't been living your truth. Not all of your truth. Probably because you forgot what your truth is. In our society, we are often not allowed to be who we truly are. Whether it is to be nice and a good kid to our parents, to our teachers, probably even to our friends or certain family members. We just wanted to be liked on one hand. We had to learn those things to survive, so we can get love, and so our parents wouldn't, dump us, which most of them, of course, would have never, but deeply within ourselves, it is integrated into our DNA that we have to work together, that we have to suppress certain things so we can be part of a community, so our survival is secured. And therefore, I ask you, where have you been surviving? What have you built up in your life so you can survive, so you can just be a part of something, so you can be liked by your parents, so the necessary love and understanding would be there, would be handed to you. Sometimes it's as simple as words. Words a word of submission. Or, if you don't do this, you can't have that. simple things that don't even have to be said aloud. Things that are as clear as day. Like that your parents would be especially proud of you when you are giving things your extra hard work, or when you are not crying as much, not being angry as much, if you don't talk as much. When they're happy and tell you, I'm so proud of you, you're such a good girl, you're such a good boy, you're such a good kid. I want to talk about this with you. I want you to listen to yourself. I want you to observe yourself. I want you to look deep within yourself and see that you've been hurted a lot. And sometimes people don't do it consciously. They do it because they've learned to do it that way. Because that has been the way of living back then. That has been the way that they had to live. But now that you're grown, you can decide what you want for yourself. And you can see for yourself that not everything you have learned from others or experienced has to be the truth for you. Yes, this video will not find everybody. No matter if this is a podcast or not. Because I can feel it. I can feel that there will only people come to this video that really need this video, that are ready to actually unlock the hurt part within themselves. What did you repress? Was it your anger? Was it your frustration? Did you have to be calm to be a good kid? Did you always have to have good notes, good grades, better said, in school? Yeah. Was that necessary for you to be a good kid, for you to be loved, for you to be respected? And do you still want that for yourself? Does it feel right to you? Does it feel like something you should still live by? Don't you want to change your way of living? Don't you want to change something about your emotional state? Don't you want to see those things? Those things that you are ready now to see. Where did you have to hide yourself? So, what does repression, suppression, and submission do to yourself? What does it do to your energetic and especially your emotional body? What does it do? The more we hold back, the more we hold within ourselves, never let it out, that we never release it, the more energy that builds up within you. So much until the day it's gonna burst. The more energy that you hold back within yourself, the more bad you feel. It worsens. You might have mood swings. You might even feel a lot of anger, a lot of fear, a lot of sadness. Or you might feel completely overwhelmed because it's just too much. And you don't understand why. Probably you've been asking yourself this question. Why is it too much? Why does it feel too much? Why does everything feel so unbearable for me? What can I do with it? Is there any way to help myself? Is there any way to change it? Or am I just going nuts? Am I just being ridiculous? Because actually everything is okay, right? And you might tend to get into this very deep, dark self-talk where you throw certain kinds of words on yourself because you simply can't understand where all of this is coming from. But this, my dear friend, is because of the suppression, because of everything you have been holding back, everything that has been made feel like it's not important, every part within yourself that is just screaming to be released, to be lived. And I have been having the same feeling for so many years, which I'm just now starting to realize, to see that I might have been put work within myself so I can heal and release certain kind of things. But it's not about never have been about fixing yourself, about fixing myself. It's always been just about allowing whatever is there without wanting to change it. Even if there are feelings coming up like, I want to change it, or this is wrong, blah, blah, blah. Just acknowledge it. Just see it. Don't change it. You can feel that you want to change it, but just don't act on it. Because you deserve to be seen, and you deserve to be felt. You deserve to feel yourself again. I don't care if it's sexual energy that has been built up because you feel like it's dirty, disgusting, unclean, like it's a sin. I don't care. There is something within yourself, and it asks you to be lived. And one day, you'll feel that you're ready to feel it now, to be able to hold this energy. This video, this podcast, doesn't ask you to release everything at once, to just say, I have to. With this, you would put another pressure onto yourself. I just want you to sit down when you feel angry. Probably you like to journal. You just like to draw on a paper, like only lines. Put all your feelings out. Or you just like to sit with it. And yes, this can be really hard. I want you to allow the tears to flow. No matter where you are. I want you to acknowledge that you're not feeling good. And that your standard of what is feeling good might just be a standard of the bare minimum. Yeah, because we all do that. at least in one certain aspect of our lives. I can give you an example for that. For myself, from my life. I had a lot of topics with work. A lot of standards that were just common in our family. Like, even common in our society. We just have to work at a certain place, no matter which place. Right? So we can make money for our survival. And we might be treated poorly. We might be treated like we can't do anything. Which, yes, might be a reflection of how we see ourselves on the inside. But the point is, why don't we change a thing about that? Because we feel like we don't deserve more. And actually, we are lucky to have a place where we can get money. And yes, there are different life circumstances. But for that kind of way, for that kind of life circumstances, I would say I always had a different choice. I didn't have to be dependent on one job and stay there for all those months, feeling like I can't have joy. I just have to work anything so I might be accepted by my family. So I might be accepted by society, when actually I was craving a job where I felt part of, where I felt like I'm part of a community, I'm part of something, and I can actually do what I don't hate, what I feel okay with. At least that was something that I didn't allow myself back then. I was just completely exhausted. I was just completely done with everything. And I thought, well, if this is everything I can have right now, then that's good. Like, I should be happy. When actually I was suffering so badly that I just got a lot of nightmares. In the night, I wasn't able to sleep properly anymore. And I knew, because everything within myself was screaming, change something. Yes, there was already like a few years back. But I knew I had to stop my own suffering. And it is just a choice away. And yes, then I have been going to places where I would feel exactly the same sometimes. Even worse. Where people I've been working with had treated me poorly, like really poorly. Before that, I wasn't happy with what I've been doing. Because I was cleaning, like all the time, only cleaning stuff, toilets, rooms. And working my body to the bone. Especially after I had my double jaw surgery. And I just felt like I need more rest. I can't. Like, all the physical work was so freaking exhausting. And I would say, oh, I need to do that because that's how we do it, right? But just because we do certain things a certain way doesn't mean that it has to be good. Because yes, we now live in more evolved times, you could say. Yeah, there will always be, I could say, like, a lot of unfair things. But it starts with us. If we allow ourselves and say, it's okay for me to feel that way and I deserve more, this creates a change. And this creates ripple effects in our environment too. And sometimes it comes in stages, right? Where we take one step at a time and it gets a little bit better. And sometimes it gets worse before it gets better, because kind of life is testing us if we really take ourselves seriously this time, if we really do care about ourselves. But in our times, we can actually choose something else. We do have more opportunities. Sometimes it feels like it's too much. But we shouldn't shy away from trying things. From even trying to build our own businesses. We don't need to go all in and say like, yeah, I don't have money and I'm starting a business now. And, kind of those things. Sometimes it's just as simple as a choice that says, I don't want to keep away those things from me. At least I want to think about it. Maybe I just try to put something out there. Maybe it's like starting a YouTube channel or finally starting to write that book that you wanted to write. Or like training your skills, like going for a hobby you always wanted to try but felt like you don't deserve it. Or this is not, no, you don't have the talent for it. It is not about talent or anything. It is about what you want, what you wish to do. Because you deserve your wishes to be fulfilled. You deserve that. And you should allow yourself to do that. And if it's your wish to start your business, you can start small. You can maybe, if you already know a lot about things and everything, and you feel that it's okay for you, you can start it as a side hustle and just reduce your hours. And sometimes it is also like that you actually like your job, but you feel it's just too much for yourself. If you can reduce your hours, and maybe you would still have enough money, but just you cannot do many more things, but it's just what you need right now, because you might have, you might suffer from depression or anything, and you want to focus more on that and see that you just need time now for yourself. Or you might have had a surgery, or it's just that you in generally feel like you can't right now because there's been so much going on and you just need more rest. Then allow yourself to do that. Step in for yourself and say, I'm gonna make this little small effort so I can finally release some of this repression, yes, and allow yourself to make mistakes and be misunderstood, because people will always judge. And you want to know, if I manage to find a different way of living when it comes to my work or working in general, well, let me say, I would say I made huge steps, but I'm not quite there yet. But I do had a lot of changes. I took a huge leap of faith with going to Croatia, working there for a season. Yes, I might have had a work accident, had to go back 2 months before I actually wanted to go back, and I had to stay at home for sick leave because my knee was just in not a really good state, like in a really bad state, and I couldn't walk anymore and everything. But it was needed. Otherwise, I might have not realized things. And yes, I might have been in a sick leave, or just not in a sick leave for all this time, but I might have been not able to work for 4 months now. But things are always changing. And I would never regret that I took this leap to go to this job, to do that. Because the experience I made, the people I met, Nobody can take away that from me. I did the decision because I wanted to do it. I was hell afraid, like really afraid. But I knew I had to. I went there with fear in my belly. Feeling like, I can't do that. I need to run away. I will faint or I might vomit because it's just like too much nervosity and fear. But I made it. I was there. And I said, if I can't handle it, and I would be treated super poorly out with their problems, I can always go home and say goodbye. You don't deserve my time, my space. And I learned to stand up for myself more. And sometimes it's about that. It's about going to places that don't treat you fairly, that treat you poorly. So you stand up for yourself and say, I deserve more. I deserve to be treated with respect. Or you just consciously decide for yourself that you do deserve more. That you do deserve to feel your feelings. To come into this emotional flow, into the self-consciousness. Because you deserve more. But you need to see that. You need to see that you might have been suffering, or that there is a need for change. You can always change. So I want you to think about that, to feel into yourself, to sit with it, and to see what you had to repress and hold back, what you weren't allowed to live. And I want you to look beyond your anger and find a way. Creative expression can be good. And yes, creativity doesn't have to be writing or drawing. It can be knitting, it can be cooking. It can be as simple as like styling your clothes or your daily outfit, styling your hair, trying this new makeup style. It can be gardening, like simple things. It can be origami. Yeah, it can also be creative. We could just use your hands, we could just use your energy to create things, because creativity is all about creation. What you create is creativity. And it needs to be something you make. You can be singing too, yes, of course, the dancing. There are so many things. It just needs to be expressed. You need to express yourself more, is what you might feel. And yeah, maybe try small, but try. Hold yourself through it. See where you have been in pain, where you have been aching or longing for more. Allow yourself to also have it in your life. And don't forget that sometimes if we do have this overly stored energy, we might want things that we don't actually need. So be aware of that, because sometimes it feels like we need this person or we need this place, when actually we just need to be seen. We just need to feel loved. We just need to be understood, because nobody has seen us and we haven't received the love that we needed. Or we weren't allowed to speak our truth. Just write it down. Then maybe tear the paper apart. Tear it all. Like, just kill the paper. Whatever. If you don't want to see it. But just write it down. Acknowledge it. And then let it go. Because you deserve to feel yourself. And you deserve to see beyond the veil of anger, of frustration, of fear. Or maybe your overly sexual energy, like it feels like an addiction. It's so funny. My kid's just sitting there and like looking at my phone while I record, and then she was sniffing at the gum, and it smells like mint, and she was like shaking her head like, ew, what's this disgusting thing? Now she's looking at it like, should I touch it or should I leave it? I am not quite sure. It's interesting. It seems to be so like a ball I can play with. No, Lucy, don't do it. Nine, 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 nine. Yeah, was German for no. Nine. You cannot do that. Sweet little baby. No, 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 no. We don't eat gums. Yes, I'm pretty sure she can understand me when I speak English. But she understands energy. And she understands that to speak about all of this has been a lot for me. But I'm glad I did it, because that was so needed. For you and for me. So thank you for listening. And I hope you know that not everything you hear from other people has to be the truth for you. Because there is something within yourself that is called inner knowing. Sometimes it's called intuition. Know and see what feels true to you, and then decide what change you want to do for yourself, or make better said. Do it for yourself. Don't do it for me or anyone else. Do it because you deserve to do it. Because you deserve more, and you deserve to be felt, and to be seen, and to be heard and understood. And it always starts with you and your conscious decision.